Let's take a drive through Dayton, Washington, one of the oldest continuously occupied towns in southeastern Washington. As we move along, I'll give you a brief history of the area. Let's roll. Dayton itself was founded in 1871 during Washington's territorial period, a time for expansion for the entire western United States. Early settlers were drawn here by fertile soil, reliable water, and the promise of wheat farming. The town was named after Dayton, Ohio, a reminder that many who arrived carried pieces of the East with them as they tried to build something permanent in the West. Within just a few years, Dayton grew quickly. In 1875, it was designated the county seat of newly formed Columbia County, securing its role as a regional center. Courts, businesses, and services followed. What you're seeing today is not a replica of that era. Much of it is that era, a living time capsule, at least in the old downtown and neighborhood. Unlike many frontier towns that rose quickly from wood and canvas, Dayton made an early and deliberate shift toward brick construction. In the late 19th century, fires were a constant threat across the American West. Entire business districts could be erased in a single night, forcing towns to rebuild again and again. Dayton experienced these risks firsthand, and local leaders and business owners responded by investing in materials meant to last. Brick buildings replaced wooden storefronts along the main streets, signaling confidence in the town's future. These structures housed banks, hotels, offices, and shops, places tied to permanence rather than chance. The decision to build with brick was not just practical. It reflected a belief that Dayton was not temporary, not a camp or a gamble, but a place where families intended to remain. Over time, this emphasis on durability reshaped the town's appearance. While other communities reinvented themselves or disappeared entirely, Dayton's downtown endured. Generation after generation passed through the same doorways, conducted business beneath the same facades, and walked streets whose outlines barely changed. The buildings you see today are not recreations or nostalgic imitations. They are working pieces of the town's original fabric, many restored and thriving, showing the town's continued prosperity. Being 38 miles from Walla Walla, it gives the town the perfect distance from this small city that you could be at your regular big box store in less than an hour, but far enough away that things are kept local also. Wheat was the engine behind it all. The surrounding hills proved ideal for dryland farming, and Dayton became a hub for grain storage, trade, and supplies. Farmers from miles away depended on the town for equipment, credit, and connection. Dayton didn't boom wildly, it grew steadily, season by season, harvest by harvest. By the late 19th century and into the early years of the 20th, Dayton had matured into a fully formed town. Banks provided credit to farmers and merchants, hotels housed traveling salesmen, ranchers, and court visitors, and local newspapers connected residents to both regional news and their own civic life. Schools and churches anchored the community, reinforcing a shared rhythm shaped by work, faith, and season, rather than sudden opportunity. Dayton was not built on mineral strikes or fleeting industry. Its confidence came from land that produced year after year, and from families who expected to stay. This stability gave the town a different character than many Western settlements. Growth was measured, practical, and tied directly to agriculture. Businesses existed to serve farming, and farming sustained the town in return. When the railroad reached Dayton in the early 20th century, it did not spark a speculative boom or radically alter the town's identity. Instead, it was used as a tool of commerce. Wheat moved more efficiently to market, supplies arrived more reliably, and Dayton became more firmly connected to regional and national economic networks. The railroad expanded the town's reach without changing its purpose, allowing Dayton to remain what it had always been, a steady agricultural center built to endure rather than to rush toward the next promise. The 20th century brought challenges: mechanized farming, population decline, and the gradual departure of younger generations. But Dayton never disappeared. Instead, it slowed. That slowing preserved what rapid growth often erases. Today, Dayton stands as a town that chose continuity over reinvention. Sure, you will find drive-through coffee shops along Highway 12 as you travel through town, but its history isn't hidden behind plaques or museums alone. It's visible in the buildings, the streets, and the pace of daily life. A revisit and walkthrough of Dayton is warranted, and I hope to do this in 2026. There is so much more to see than what a drive-through provides. I wish I wasn't so much in a hurry in October 2025. I promise you, Dayton, I'll be back. See other towns in this area by visiting my drive and walk through Waitsburg just down the highway and Starbuck just up the road. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy material like this. I really appreciate it. And as they said back in the long time ago, happy trails!